Thisday and Arise and say that this is the most difficult. It's not. It is the most difficult for Thisday and Arise news. For Nigerians, it's not. Of course, it's difficult because I don't think there's any minister, any public officer that have been taken on the way Thisday and Arise every morning. You turn on television, as far as Arise is concerned, it's FCT. Even presidential chat is FCT. So that's why it's difficult. But I thank God Nigerians have made it. Let me use this opportunity to say, Mr. Ebuka Obi and your team, you have shown that you are not biased, even though we may be quarreling, even though you may not have paid your grand rent, but you still have to do the right thing. Otherwise, Nigerians would have said, this is partial. But you've done the right thing. I'm sure everybody here is happy that I emerged as the Minister of the Year.
It was actually a very colorful event, but trust me, when I saw the invitation that Thisday and Arise Award sends to the FCT minister, one thing crossed my mind. I was like, did they actually send this to Minister Wike? Because we all know that Wike sees Arise News as a people who are always out there to antagonize and assassinate his character. Yes. But when they sent that invitation to him, I actually smiled because Arise News showed serious maturity. Yes. To make politicians understand that when we come up on platforms to talk about you, it's not necessarily because we have any deep feelings for you or we have any personal issue against you. It is because as journalists, we must come out to ensure that we constructively criticize those in power, to ensure that we call them to order, all in a bid to make the society a better place. So when Arise invited Nyesom Wike for this event, it actually showed that there's no hard feelings in most of the things they are saying. Yes, we all know that Nyesom Wike had always had this perceived sentiment for Arise News and Thisday newspaper. Most of the times when he does the press interviews, when he's doing an event, you'll never see him in Arise News for interviews. Obviously because of one or two issues he had gotten with Arise News. So you always saw them like that. Anyway, I'd like us to take a look at what happened in the studio when Ojini Kaokwe brought up the issue and requested that Dr. Ruben Abati react to it. Dr. Ruben Abati was obviously very casual about it. They also went ahead to discuss issues about Afe Babalola going ahead to withdraw the case against Daily Farotimi and some of the issues that are around Nigeria. Let's jump right into Arise News and see things for ourselves.
Well, it's good that he recognized that we don't do Pasha here. Yeah. We don't do Pasha here. But did I hear him call Chairman Duka Irabo, or was he referring to somebody else? I thought I heard that.
What kind of thing was happening yesterday?
I thought I heard that. I don't know what
because one thing I know that was not served on the menu was 40-odd whiskey.
Roofy. But his speech right there, Dr. Abati, what do you make of that?
Well, I think the general thing is just to congratulate them on their ways, whether they are governors or company or titans or lifetime achievers. The whole idea is that we've done the event and it was very successful. I don't think we should begin to review our own programs and over-revising and all of that. Just congratulations to all the winners.
Absolutely, I thought so. But Ayo, you had a very interesting movement that you wanted to share.
I talked about how three of you were really, really excellent on stage yesterday. And Bobby took the opportunity to, in his usual fashion, talk to banter with some of the governors there. And he picked on Governor Wike, where he's, brought in his whatever is going on between him and the governor of Rivers State currently, and saying that if Wike comes on stage to accept any award, he must mention and give accolade and just bantered around that. The second time he came on stage, he said, oh, he heard that Governor Wike Minister Wike is upset with him, so he went to him to say, please forgive me. And graciously, he forgave him. But those were the light moments of the evening, to see that even in the midst of the politics that happen, when people are fighting, at the end of the day, we find our humanity, we find the humor in things, and we're still able to get the work done and reward what or who needs to be rewarded. I thought that was a great part of the night. It was a beautiful thing to watch. And Governor Wike's speech, he didn't disappoint anyone. No. I think a lot of people were looking forward to hearing what he would say, and he didn't hide his feelings about what he felt.
For me, it was the entourage that was on stage. I didn't know who were they. I don't know who those people were, but I mean, we recognize his wife there. Beautiful woman. I mean, a beautiful woman, and the rest of the people that came to support him. I mean, he's been hailed as a performing minister, especially with all of his infrastructural progress in the Federal Capital Territory. Congratulations, Minister Wike, Minister of the Year. Well, let's take another story now. Former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi has praised senior advocate of Nigeria, Afe Babalola, for agreeing to review the defamation case against human rights activist and lawyer Dele Farotimi. Babalola had filed charges against Farotimi, accusing him of criminal defamation in his book titled Nigeria, Its Criminal Justice System. Well, Farotimi was arraigned in Ekiti for criminal defamation and cyberbullying, facing trials in both magistrate court and the Federal High Court. However, after an intervention from the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Oguwusi, and other traditional rulers, Babalola announced his decision to withdraw the case, instructing his lawyers to do so. The announcement came during a meeting at the Afe Babalola University. I mean, I thought this was such great news. I believe, when Dele Farotimi got bail, we had this discussion, and we were hoping that this sort of intervention will help to quell the case. We did see Peter Obi go at the time when when Dele Farotimi was detained, and I'm happy that this case, at this moment has really been dropped. Dr. Abasi.
Okay, very quickly. Now, when you have a matter in court, there is room for out-of-court settlement.
Out-of-court settlement.
There is room for alternate dispute resolution, what is called ADR. And what we have seen here is, the parties involved choosing the alternative and other persons getting involved. So, at this level, Chief Afe Babalola SAN has had to follow tradition. A number of traditional rulers went to him, led by the Oni of Ife. The Oni of Ife, the Iwe of Ado-Ekiti, the Alaye of Ekpa Alaye, and then some other, including the chairman of the Osun Traditional Council, I think Ekiti Traditional Council. So they went to him with staff of the university and other persons, and only leading the team appealed to Chief Afe Babalola, and he said, well, he's a Yoruba man. If traditional rulers come to you and they say, we need this, we need you to do this, you cannot say no. And he said immediately, I have dropped the criminal charges against Dele Farotimi. And he made a point, and before now, why I say if, tradition prevailed, other people, Bishop Matthew Azam Kuka, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, and others had approached him, including Mr. Peter Obi, and previously he said no. But immediately the only led traditional rulers there, he immediately. Chief Afe Babalola must also have been responding to pressures from the public that, look, he shouldn't have fired for criminal defamation. This should have been a civil suit and all of that. So, well, let's hope that this brings the matter to a close.
Yes.
But in all of this, Dele Farotimi himself has been very defiant and resilient, saying that he has not done anything wrong. But we don't need to go into such details. However, there are still other parties involved in this case. I think there is Justice Kendi Ogunwumichu. No, Ken Ogowumiju, SCN, who filed the matter. There was also another matter that was filed in the Federal High Court in Abuja. So what is going to happen now? Those other persons who went to court, filed civil suits, are they also going to withdraw? Because this is with regard to Chief Afe Babalola.